Ladies and gentlemen, welcome to the show. This is your host, June Archer. This is the Winner Circle, Motivate You on thisis50.com. Today, my special guest is an actress, director, and she is a woman who I would say doesn't take things seriously, but she does take her acting seriously. But if you watch any of her videos on social media, she is hilarious. Please welcome to the stream, Miss Ashley A. Williams. Ashley, how you doing?
I'm doing great, June. Thank you for having me.
Oh, it's a pleasure to have you. I have been watching your journey via
Mm.
social media, and I got to tell you, is there ever a moment that is serious for you? Like you have so much fun on these videos, uh,
Yeah.
whether you're imitating somebody or recreating something or doing what we would call a audition. Uh,
Uh-huh.
do you ever take anything seriously?
Yes. I'd say, yeah. I mean, I take my acting very serious. I'm a big drama fan. So drama is my favorite genre. So any of the monologues that I've posted or anything like that, I take very seriously because I always want them to come off like I'm doing my best work and I'm trying my hardest at what it is that I'm actually trying to convey and portray right now. But Instagram is such a fluid platform where you can be your goofy self, you can be your serious self, you can be your quiet self, and it all looks like a whole being on one profile page. So I really enjoy being able to be myself in every capacity on the platform, so people are able to know who I am a little bit deeper.
And I love some of the monologues you choose. And just the other day, you were talking about there's a particular site or place where you can actually get. How do you choose the monologues that you want to actually act out on a weekly basis?
I'll either try to watch some of my favorite, go back and watch like some really great dramatic films, or I'll reach out to friends more so and ask them, do they know of any great monologues that, a typical Black woman wouldn't be given the opportunity to either audition with or be able to portray in any sort of project. And so I've had friends send me Shakespeare monologues, a lot of male roles because I never want to get pigeonholed to one thing. So I'm always asking them for something that's out of the box so that people can see a Black woman doing something that a Black woman doesn't usually get the opportunity to do.
And you're the drama lover, but a lot of stuff that you do is so comedic. You,
Yeah.
you did Clifton, the great Clifton Powell the other day, and I was so inspired by you doing that I posted a pic of me and him and Arnell Simpson from back in the day at an
Yeah.
event that my good friend Ray Allen did, and it was just so good to see that. I felt like it was just an ode to him and what he's done for the culture, because we
Oh
don't
yeah.
see it often enough, but he has definitely put his footprint and his mark on a lot of us when it comes to comedy.
Oh my God, he's an amazing actor. And I think that I may have seen him first in something comedic like Friday, but he's done so many other genres, and when you come across, he's one of those actors that's in everything, right? So you'll watch
Right.
a film and he'll have like a role as a lawyer or something. You're like, oh my God, I didn't know Clifton Powell was in this movie. He's one of those actors that's in everything. And right now I'm watching a show called Saints and Sinners, and he's one of the leads in that show with Vanessa Bell Calloway and Christian Keys and some other people. And when I got on TikTok, because I was so resistant to it for a long time, when I finally got on TikTok, I was like, oh, this is a good one because it was challenging. I was like, I have to, if I'm going to use TikTok, it has to be in a way that I can act and I can still challenge myself in the same way. And his videos was one of the first ones that I came across. And I think that scene is probably a lot of people's favorite scene
Most certainly.
in that film.
Most certainly. Hands down. Hands down.
Yeah, I was like, I just have to. I was like, I don't even know if this was improv or written, but whatever it was phenomenal. And I got to try. I got to try to do it. So it was a
You
lot of
hit
fun.
the mark though. Ashley, you hit the mark. I mean, all the nuances and just the cadence, you did an amazing job. Let me ask you this. What was your inspiration for acting? You and I were talking backstage, parents of West Indian parents, right?
Mhm.
Who in your family was the entertainer or inspired you to want to act?
Nobody, to be honest. Like my mom's a teacher and my dad has always been in like the corporate world, but I just always enjoyed having fun and playing as a kid. And I think that being from immigrant parents, I think that kind of got lost in the shuffle a little bit through adolescence because now they want you to become the doctor and the lawyer. and all these things. And so I didn't pick it back up until college, where I realized that I really enjoyed having fun on stage and having fun with characters and roles. And I dived back to it when I was in Florida State at our film school, and then fell in love all over again and just never looked back after that.
Wow. Yeah, because when you grow up in a West Indian household, it
Yeah.
is studying, it's books, it's getting a career, getting a great education so you could go out into the world and do well.
Right.
Creative arts kind
Yeah.
of takes a back seat because it's not as appreciated,
Mhm.
especially when that's all they know is doctor, lawyer, teacher, right?
Yeah.
Nurse. So for me, I totally understand that because
Mhm.
me, I was in the entertainment piece of it. I want to sing and dance. It's kind of like, what? Like, nah, that's
Right.
not what we do here. But
Right.
as we get older, I realize there's so many young people who want to gravitate towards the arts because it's a way to actually express themselves. So,
But it's scary because in a lot of people's minds, especially, people not from this country and they come over here for better opportunities, it feels unstable. And all they want moving from one country to another country that's supposed to have better opportunities is stability. And so for you to say, well, I'm going to go pursue this career where I don't know when I'm going to become financially stable. I don't know when it's going to take off. I don't know when I'm going to feel secure. It's scary for your parents who wanted you to always be grounded in stability, which is why they left the situation to come over for a better situation. And the real true inspiration for acting was I lost my sister when I was in college. And so it was a great outlet for me to be expressive and show pain and emotion and all these things that I was trying to muster and shoulder for, and suppress for so long, because I didn't want to just be somebody that was constantly having breakdowns all over the place. So it was an outlet for me to say, oh, I can go cry over here and let it out. But when I go home, I can feel, a little more at ease, and I don't have to feel like I'm always curled up in a corner.
no, I understand that. You
Yeah.
just mentioned film school.
Mm-hmm.
For me, I just started the June Archer School of Arts where we teach kids about filmmaking, graphic design, DJing, the business of entertainment and music. How important is it for us to want to support our young people who want to get into the creative arts and the performing arts for you?
I mean, I think it's vital. I think it's vital to have a place where somebody can go and learn a craft that they truly enjoy. I think the nourishment of anything is vital to its prosperity. You have to water a plant in order for it to grow. You've got to give it sunlight. You've got to give it, a multitude of things. And if a child is a seed and you can tell that they want to grow in a certain direction, I believe that it's important to have the outlets in order to allow them to do that. Because a lot of times, they don't have it. They don't have it for free. They don't have it for pay. And it's important to at least give them the option to say, well, I have this space for you. And if you want to come and venture out into it and grow, it's accessible for you.
Now, I love that. And
Yeah.
I think it is very important. Now,
Mhm.
while at school, I want to talk about one of the films that you were in, Black Boots.
Oh, the web series.
And we talk about uh, fraternities, sororities. Are
Yes.
you part of a sorority? And what was life like on that campus for you in terms of finding yourself learning and growing and having the freedom to kind of juggle all of what you're juggling to actually get an education, to get the experience that you truly needed?
I'm not a part of a sorority or any sort of Greek organization, but I've had friends who have joined and become members, and it is from their accounts, it's an experience of growth and evolution into who they. I think it's a beginning of deciding who you are as a young adult. And I think because Black Boots was created by Gino Brooks, who's a member of Alpha Phi Alpha. And he wanted to give a little bit of an insight of what goes on behind the scenes. And of course, it was met to some criticism because it's,
Right.
a lot of especially the Divine Nine, it's very much so, we don't need to show, what goes on behind closed doors and all those things. But I think he did it in a tasteful way that allowed the students of the web series, the characters, for you to see what the personal life can be like with trying to pledge a fraternity or a sorority, and how you have to intermingle the two in a balanced way in order to be successful in both. One can't dominate the other, or the other one is going to start lacking in a lot of major ways. But I think organizations like Greek organizations on campus is also super important because it builds camaraderie in a lot of ways. People go to school alone. I went to FSU alone. I didn't know anybody. And I joined other organizations that allowed me to build friendships. And I think that Greek life is another one of those ways where you can build sisterhood and brotherhood with people that have the same values and morals and ideals as you, in order for you to decide who you want to become as a young adult.
And if you were to join a sorority, which one would you have been in?
Oh my God. I've always loved Delta Sigma Theta from forever. So if that would be my preference. No shade to any other sorority. My best friend is an AKA, and I have no shade to any other sorority, but I knew a lot of the Deltas on my campus. Like, a lot of them were pre-med majors like myself. And so it was cool to be able to witness their process in becoming who they did on campus.
So let's talk about this pre-med major, because you also star in a film called Double Cross.
Yes.
Where you are a medical professional on the front lines, a twin, where you happen to be the good twin and your brother happens to be not really the bad twin.
He's good in his
good in a way, but you play this twin, and really the premise of it is really trying to get justice as it pertains to sex trafficking.
Right.
How did you feel about this movie and the message that was sent out, and how did you prepare for this role?
Well, to be honest, the way I got this role, it was offered to me from the creator, because I know we have mutual friends and we were all out at dinner one night and just shooting the shit. And 6 months later, she reached out and said, "I'm doing this show. And I would love for you to play, the lead role in it." And I said, "Oh, wow." So in preparation for it, it was a lot of like reminiscing on everything that I had learned in school, in a way, like trying to be like, okay, well, this is how I felt when I was in this class and that class. And let me just bring this in. If I would have become a doctor, how would I look? How would I walk? How would I talk? Because I learned everything that you kind of prerequisite wise need to learn in order to take the next step into medical school. So I just used that. That was all the way in the back. I brought that back to the forefront and decided to implement it into who I wanted Erica to be as a doctor on the show. I've always wanted to play a doctor, and I finally got the opportunity, and it's been great so far.
Now, would you happen to, while acting, because you are doing some directing, could you actually be like the medical professional liaison? Because when people watch movies, they're like, well, that is not how they do it in a hospital. Like, I wouldn't do that.
Oh, no. I don't know that much.
That medical expert to kind of make sure those nuances kind of hit their mark, or is that?
No, the certain things. I may be like, this is what this whiteboard would look like,
right?
Or this is what this is how they would say this, but not like the little nitty specifics. Like, I'm not in there like that. Whereas, like, I could tell people how to exactly run the hospital from head to toe.
Yeah, because I don't think people realize that. Yeah, you can act in a film, but there are people who they actually hire to make sure that the medical terms are pronounced properly, that how they are administering things. Yeah, so it is a job, and I like letting our young people know that you don't always have to be in front of the camera. You can be behind the camera, behind the scenes, and there are jobs that are sustainable as it relates to. We were just talking about entertainment, right?
Yeah.
Sometimes our parents or the people that want more for us don't understand that there are careers that are sustainable, even if you want to be in entertainment in these forms. So making sure that our young people know, like, hey, if you like that and you like this, you put that combination together, you can have a sustainable career. You never have to act, you don't have to sing, make a beat or anything, and really enjoy what you're doing.
Yeah.
So I love making sure that our young people know that. I want to talk about his, hers, and the truth. Now, this was interesting. How did you like playing this part?
Oh my God.
This is a little different from things that I saw. But so much of it was, to me, Ashley A. Williams was in that. Like that whole personality, like kind of
Yeah.
swag. It was kind of dope.
Because I love dry humor. And so like I'm not like I don't
Exactly from the top, like I said.
yeah, I'm not like a slapstick comedy kind of person. Excuse me. I love dry humor. I love sarcasm in rom-coms, in comedy in general. And so when I was given the opportunity, I was like, oh, this is gonna be so much fun. But in essence, as an actor, you should always bring a part of yourself to any role that you do. But some roles are very much so your exact personality. And you're like, well, I'm just gonna be myself in this shit. And it's just gonna be a good time. And I'm gonna fall in love and we'll see what happens, in the movie. But no, it was a lot of me, and Brad James, who played my co-star, was phenomenal. He's been acting for so long, and I was blessed to be able to do a rom-com with somebody that had been doing comedy for so long. So I learned a lot while I was on that set, and it was such a good time, and it was so much fun. And Coke Daniels, the director, is the type of guy that he has his script, but he also will allow you to improv and do what you want to do in other takes and just see what fits and works best. So you were also able to express different ideas and see what else type of funny you could find in there.
Now the premise is you have two people who've known each other. They finally figure out, you know what, maybe we give it a shot for you. Is there an ex that got away that you were like, man, had we just the communication wasn't there, so we didn't get to really fully express? Is there one that got away?
I don't think so. People are like, what do they call the one that got away? Like the great white buffalo. I hear a lot of men say that, and we're like, they categorize women. The woman that got away, they love to categorize her as, oh man, that great white buffalo that just got away. I don't look at any of my exes in that way because, and mind you, I don't even have that many to say. Let me see which one of them is, I would reel back in, but because they're all great people. But no, I think at the time that I was in a relationship with any of them, it was very much so. I think I learned what I needed to learn and then, kept it pushing. I don't think that there was, no, no, not for me.
No. Okay.
They're great though. I hope they're doing great though.
We wish them well.
Peace and blessings.
If they're watching, there's no love lost.
No, not at all. I'm sure they're all doing very well.
Ashley, I want to ask you this. What motivates you and continues to inspire you that you walk in your dopeness?
Man, that's tough because and I was just having this conversation with a friend not too long ago, that you can find yourself trapped sometimes, especially in this business, in trying to people please and trying to conform in a way where if I can do or look the way they want me to or act the way they want me to, then you know what I'm saying, I can be good, I can be stable, I can get my footing in the door, I can do all these things. But I had to realize that authenticity is one of the most important things that anybody can self-sustain for their entire lives. And I really like being me. I think really getting comfortable with yourself and really knowing yourself and taking the time to figure out yourself and deciding that I really like who I am will continue to motivate you to stay that way. Now you're always going to grow and you're always going to evolve and learn some new stuff that can make you a better person, but your inherent dopeness and your characteristics and your personality that shines through whatever phase of life you're in, I think that you should always do your best to hold on to that and allow it to motivate you to never want to leave it behind.
Now, as a woman of color,
Mm-hmm.
how intentional are you at making sure that you put your best foot forward, that you are your most authentic, dope self for our young women of color who are looking at actresses like yourself to make sure that they know what to emulate, right?
Mm-hmm.
And no disrespect to the Love and Hip Hops or housewives of whatever county, but there's a certain walk and talk that needs to be shared with our young women of color, that they have the opportunity to be their most dope self and not be afraid to be that dope little black and brown girl.
Mm-hmm.
How important is it for you to be able to walk the walk and talk the talk, or do you not carry that on your back as a responsibility?
I think it is, it's a subconscious responsibility. You know what I'm saying? It's like you're doing it and you know that it could possibly be inspiring somebody to do the same thing, but you also don't want to feel like you're forcing somebody to think and live life the way that you enjoy living life and how you want to move. I think for young girls, young Black girls and brown girls coming up, I think the most important thing for them to remember is that their individuality of who they are as a Black person is vital to just any human they ever come in contact with, whether it is somebody in the profession or somebody in real life. It's like being who you are will get you far. You know what I'm saying? And deciding that your essence and your wholeness and who you're trying to be and who you want to be and who you want to emulate is important to just carry through all the different stops along the way. It's like just being yourself is going to get you farther than, not wanting to be yourself or trying to be somebody else.
Now, the life of an actress, actor, creative, there are a lot of roadblocks, obstacles, closed doors, a lot of no's.
Yeah.
I'm certain you have gotten your fair share of them, paying your dues. Earlier in the show, you talked about losing your sister while in college.
Mm-hmm.
People are losing loved ones. They're losing jobs. They're losing hope. For you, what is the best piece of advice? And I want to, maybe it's two parts. I want to kind of make it specific. When you were going through that with your sister, what did you lean on? For somebody who's really looking for that light at the end of the tunnel, what is the best piece of advice that you were given that helped you through those times and helps you continuously through these roadblocks and obstacles that will allow someone to be able to look at the glass half full?
I think being told and truly deciding to believe that we as people have no control over what it is that happens to us, that happens to the loved ones around us. I think that we've become a very selfish type of. We've adapted a kind of a selfish mentality where we want what we want and we want it as long as we want it and all these things. And so when we lose people and we have roadblocks, I think it's hard to navigate around it because we've always wanted and expected a certain thing. And so when tragedy happens at the drop of a dime, or you don't get an opportunity that you work so hard for, your expectation is shot to shit and you don't know how to deal with it. And so when that happened to me, I think just being told that you don't have any control over anyone else's life, and the things that happen to you were already ordained and it's destined, and you just have to ride the wave of it and decide if you're going to continue to, like, I believe in God, if you're going to continue to follow God through it, or if you're going to go astray and try and do your own thing. So I think for me, that was probably everybody has heard it. It's nothing new. It's, but it's an ideal that is hard to truly hold on to because we are so apt to want to, fix things ourselves. And when you can't, and when you decide that you're leaving it in the power of the true power and the true hands that have the right to say what happens, and I think that you feel less pressure on your end to try to make anything happen for yourself the way you want it.
Man, so eloquently put. So eloquently put. I mean, it's tough because sometimes you can't see the light at the end of the tunnel, right? So,
No. For a long time, I couldn't. For a long time, it was like, why? And then you have to get to a point where it's like, it's just that was her journey, and I think you have to get to a point where you just appreciate the fact that you had a piece of it. You know what I'm saying? If I had to get to a point where it was like, a soul was sent down on assignment, and maybe this was the assignment the whole time. And if I can grasp that and say her assignment wasn't cut short, but maybe the people that she affected in the 22 years that she was living was what the assignment was the whole time, then I can find a way to say, I'm so appreciative that I had, 18 years of that, because she's like 3 years older than that. I had 18 years of that. And I can go on and say, I always carry it with me. wherever I go.
Wow, that's
Yeah.
dope. I appreciate you sharing because I think that is it, right? It is the journey. And along the way, you have to figure out all the things that you need to appreciate along this journey. Road signs. I call people road signs, right? They're all the road signs that allow us to navigate this thing. And if we pay attention to them, it will make it worth the whole journey. But you have to pay attention to them. And I think what you just said is the assignment, right? Sometimes we may not understand somebody else's assignment because it's not ours. We're not meant to understand that assignment. But there's scope to it. But when you look at it through the eyes and the lens that you just shared, it's what at least I spent that time with that person while they were in my presence or while they were here on their assignment.
Yeah.
Tomorrow's not promised.
No.
Right. So we have to really appreciate that.
Yeah.
It's so dope, sis. So dope. I've been playing this game with a lot of celebrities and some friends. I have now got in my hand the R&B edition of
Oh, good. The R&B one. Okay.
University of Dope, the R&B edition. And we're going to play with the amazing Ashley A. Williams. So, Ashley,
good.
Here we go.
Okay.
We're going to do these 16 Spitfire questions. Get ready. Unpopular opinion is welcome. And you only have the opportunity to pass on one.
Okay.
Only one. Should you have to, but just woman up and push through.
Okay.
All right. Boy, bye. The best song to give your man the boot. Is it A, Caught Out There, I Hate You So Much, Khalees? B, Irreplaceable by Beyonce? C, Take a Bow by Rihanna? Or D, Tyrone by Erykah Badu?
B, Irreplaceable by Beyonce.
Boy, bye.
Get up out of here.
Who hurt you, Ashley? Best heartbreak song from the following. Is it A, Unbreak My Heart, Toni Braxton? B, Nobody's Supposed to Be Here, Deborah Cox? C, Before You Walk Out of My Life, Monica? Or D, The One I Gave My Heart to by Aaliyah?
I'm sorry. B, Nobody's Supposed to Be Here, Deborah Cox. I cried that little thing for the last time.
Can I get your number? The best song to shoot your shot. This is for the exes out there.
Shit.
This might be for the exes out there, or it may not be. I don't know.
Oh.
All right. Shoot your shot. A, Can We Talk? You know they got the Can We Talk challenge going on.
I know. I see.
Kevin Campbell. B, Come and Talk to Me, Ashley. Jodeci. Or Yo, Ashley, Chris Brown. Or Just a Friend, Mario.
Oh, I'm gonna have to go with A. Can We Talk by Tevin Campbell? It's a hard one. That was hard, but I would have to go with A.
All right. Make It Jingle. The best R&B holiday song. Is it A, This Christmas by Donna? B, All I Want for Christmas Is You, Mariah Carey? C, Let Us Know, Boys and Men? Or D, Santa Claus is Coming to Town by the Jackson 5?
I'm gonna go with C, Let Us Know, Boys to Men. Anything Wanye is on, I'm listening to.
Word. All right. I see. Worst song to listen to while trapped in an elevator. A, Jumpin', Destiny's Child. B, No Air, Jordan Sparks featuring Chris Brown. C, Hold On by En Vogue. Or D, I'm Going Down by Mary J. Blige.
I'm going to say D, I'm Going Down by Mary J. Blige. Oh my God. That would be terrifying.
Ashley, choose the best non-singing singer from the following. Is it A, Keith Sweat? B, Alicia Off Keys? C, Slim from 112? Or D, Jennifer Lopez and Ashanti?
What? Oh my God. Okay, I'm sorry. I'm gonna go see. I'm gonna see.
Who would you have sing at the cookout? A, John B. B, Pink when she was black. C, Adele. Or D, Justin Bieber?
Adele, hands down. She can sing at the cookout.
All right.
She can come to the cookout, sing at the cookout. All of that.
Ashley, which artist would you have sing at your funeral? Would it be A, Fantasia? B, Jennifer Hudson? C, Jasmine Sullivan? Or D, Faith Evans?
I would have Jennifer Hudson sing at my funeral.
That's right.
She would move hearts.
Which song would you leave on your crush's voicemail? A, When I See You by Fantasia. B, Nothing Even Matters, Lauryn Hill and D'Angelo. C, Swing My Way, KP and Envy. Or D, You Don't Know My Name, Alicia Keys.
A, When I See You, Fantasia.
All right.
That's, that's my favorite part of the whole song.
Best baby making song from the following: A, So Anxious, Genuine. B, When We, Tank. C, Say Yes by Floetry. Or D, Meeting in My Bedroom by Silk.
C, Say Yes by Floetry. That song is so sexy.
I'd have to agree.
Mm-hmm.
Pick one artist to bring back for a one-night only concert.
Oh.
Would it be A, Luther Vandross, B, Whitney Houston, C, Prince, or D, Michael Jackson?
A, Luther Vandross. Hands down.
Best R&B soundtrack from the following: is it A, Wait and Exhale, B, Soul Food, C, Love Jones, or D, the Bodyguard soundtrack?
Way to Excel soundtrack is bomb. A.
Okay, I could see you in the new version of Wait and Exhale.
Listen, if they do a reboot,
I think if they do a reboot, listen, I don't know who's
reboot.
gonna be doing a reboot, but if you're watching, if you're listening,
listen, if
Ashley A. Williams
is doing a
will play an
reboot,
amazing.
yes.
Which part do you want? Because we're gonna put it out into existence right now. The universe is gonna take this.
I actually really enjoyed Loretta Devine's character, to be honest. Like, she was just so carefree, and she was like, "This is who I am," and she was like, you know, love up on me, and she was very comfortable in her skin. And
but I have to say, I would love to see you light that match and just light that car on fire. That's just me. We're gonna keep.
Oh yeah, that too. That part too.
We're gonna keep it moving. Best side chick anthem from the following: is it A, You're the One by SWV, B, As We Lay, Kelly Price, C, My Little Secret Escape, or D, The Weeknd by SZA?
D, The Weeknd by SZA is definitely.
I see you.
Yeah, that's definitely not about the main chick.
Dopest duet from the following: A, My Boo, Usher and Alicia Keys.
Oh.
B, My First Love, Kiki Wyatt and Avant. C, Nobody, Keith Sweat and Athena Cage. Or D, Spend My Life, Eric Benet and Tamia.
Spend My Life, Eric Benet and Tamia.
Yeah, that record.
Tamia has one of the best voices of all time.
Yeah, that record. I'm not even going. We ain't got to discuss it. Erase one group from R&B history. Who would it be? A, 112, B, Jodeci, C, Drew Hill, or D, Jagged Edge? I'm gonna see what you made of. We're gonna see what you made of right now, Ashley. This may depend on our friendship, Ashley. I want to see what you made of.
I would take away 112. I would take away 112. Okay. Not because they're not good, but because compared to the other three.
Okay. All right. We're gonna have to have a question. I mean, a Q&A.
Why you want to let go somebody else?
I ain't gonna say. We'll talk about that. No. Erase one person from R&B history. Who would it be? A, Chris Brown, B, Neo, C, Justin Timberlake, or D, Usher?
I'm gonna let go of Justin. I love him, but I'm gonna let go of Justin compared to the other three.
All right. Here we go. Erase one person from R&B history. Is it A, Janet Jackson, B, Beyonce, C, Mariah Carey, or D, Whitney Houston?
I'm gonna use my pass on this one because can I use my pass on this one? Can I? I want to go ahead and hand in that pass card on this one. I wish I had a physical card that I could hand in.
I can't with you. Ladies and gentlemen, that's Ashley A. Williams playing University of Dope, the R&B edition. Thank you so much for that, Ashley. I love your insight. I like how you think. I like how you think.
Hey.
I love asking my guests before I let them go. Music is a soundtrack to our lives.
Mm-hmm.
What song best represents your journey up to this point? Or what artist embodies your journey up to this point?
Oh my God. What artist embodies the journey up to this point? Can I? What? That's so hard. That's so hard. Like you talking about in their music or in who
Music,
they are or who
in
they
their
become?
music, in their music.
Music. Um,
I'll say this, what song inspires you to go out on set and really kill it or put you in that frame of mind that be, you know what? I'm here, I'm present, I'm ready to go. Action.
um, that's so hard too. Maybe Eminem's 8 Mile song. No, I'm just saying that's a no, but that's not Eminem. I would say Beyonce. I think her as an artist, I think represents where I am in my career right now, and just having a certain mindset when I first started and being very naive to things, to deciding who I wanted to be and how I wanted to be portrayed and the kind of voice I wanted to have about myself. I think that her music beautifully resonates with that, with who she was in Destiny's Child to who she became as a solo artist, and I feel that that connection in that way, as far as who I am as an artist, as an actor, right now, and
Now,
being.
if you was okay, but if you were stranded on a deserted island, whose music would you take with you? If you can only listen to one artist,
Oh, I would take Barris Hammond.
man, we're gonna be friends for a very long time.
I would take him all day. I need calm, cool. If I need that smooth, if I ain't got no, I'm gonna try not to have any worries, and I'm gonna get through the day, and it's beautiful outside, and you can see the bright side of life. I think Barris embodies that in almost every song that he sings.
Every song, like you
Yeah,
really just play that and just. I encourage those who are watching and listening. You could Google him or just look in your iTunes search. Put
yeah,
up Paris Hammond, and I promise you,
yeah,
you will appreciate what Ashley just shared with us.
yeah.
Ashley, it was an amazing time with
Thank
you.
you.
I hope that those who are watching, listening, really paid attention to what Ashley shared today. Just being your authentic self, walking in your dopeness, and also understanding not only the assignments of those that are around us in our space along our journey, but understanding your assignment and understanding that we are here for only a short period of time.
Mhm.
It is only a moment. What are you going to do with that moment in being your authentic, dope self and never allowing tragedy, loss, or any of those things are in a negative space or negative people to
Mhm.
change your trajectory?
Yeah.
Um, Ashley, where can we like you? Where can we follow you? And what's up next for you?
So you can follow me at Miss Ashley A. Williams on all platforms, whether that be Twitter, Facebook, Instagram. Season 3 of Double Cross is on the way. It is going to be here February 2022. So in a couple months, y'all will have season 3. It'll stream on All Black is the streaming site. So please make sure you guys are subscribed to that network. It's amazing stuff, amazing content that they have on there. And we will be back February 2022. I also did a film, was blessed to be able to do a film with Omar Epps and Michael Ealy. That is also coming soon, so please look out for that. And other things that are in the we'll see what God blesses me with in the near future. You know what I'm saying?
I'm loving it. I'm loving the energy. Listen, like her, love her, follow her. February 2022, she said it.
Yeah,
Double Cross is back. And if you
Double Cross.
haven't seen it
Yeah,
yet, go watch it so you're caught up by February. You got plenty of time during
yes,
the holidays to do this. Start the year off right.
yeah,
Make sure that's your assignment. Start the year off right and
right.
get ready for Ashley A. Williams. Ashley, thank you so much. We appreciate you. We love you. Thank y'all so
Thank
much for
you.
tuning in. I'm your host, June Archer. This is the Winner Circle. Motivate you. Listen, tell somebody you love them today. It may be the last time you have the opportunity to do so. Thank y'all so much for tuning in. God bless y'all. Peace.
Bye.